Hey everyone, Cahlen here, and last night I slept in the cave that I showed you in the last video. You can see I'm in a cave right now. Nice view of nature out there. And I want to talk a little bit about my sleep setup and how I stay warm. So it's still August, technically summer. I think of it as more as fall. It got down to about 50 degrees last night as it did the night before, which is about the limit of the sleep setup that I am currently using. Now I like to not carry a whole lot of weight in my backpack, and so I basically just take what I need. So I did leave my 0 degree quilt, which is like a sleeping bag without a back to it. And with that I would have been fine down to almost 0 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, actually not. That's not true. I would have needed my puffy jacket and my puffy pants to get that far. So I probably would have been fine down to, I don't know, 20 degrees or something like that. But without that, I'm just using my Swagman's roll, which you can kind of see under here. It's like a poncho, except it's thermal. So you put it on like a coat. It has a little hood. And then you can put a poncho, which is my shelter usually, over the top of it as a raincoat. But I can zip this up and use it as a sleeping bag down to about 50 degrees. And then I also have a bivy sack over the top of it, which kind of helps with keep warmth in a little bit, but mainly it's to keep me dry. And so when I'm sleeping underneath my poncho, my legs will stick out, and so I got to make sure that I'm wearing this thing so that my sleeping bags don't get wet, because then I'm going to freeze. So anyways, so again, I can sleep in this down to about 50 degrees. Once it dips into 40-ish, high 40s, then it's getting too cold. But even when it's down in the low 50s, I do need to be wearing all of the other clothes that I have on me. So I have a base layer of wool, and this is on every part. My gloves, I have 2 layers of gloves on, the base is wool. 2 layers of hats on, the base is wool. I have a base layer of wool for my shirt, for my pants, and for my socks. Okay, and then on top of that I have a synthetic layer, which is meant to add warmth and to wick away moisture. You want moisture to be pulled away from your body. And so this is the second layer for my hat. This is polyester. I think it's pretty much all polyester. The shirt, the pants, and I'm also wearing waterproof socks as well. And then for the feet, I'm also wearing down booties, right? These are little feather-filled socks that you can put over, which keep your feet warm because it gets really puffy. And then of course, I'm wearing, I guess it's hard to see. So anyways, I have 2 more layers of that for the coat. So underneath the coat, I have my fleece jacket, which, because I have gloves on, it's hard to pull this down, so I can't show you, but I have a thick fleece jacket. I have pants on, which are kind of insulated with fleece, right? And then I'm also wearing a rain jacket and rain pants on top of that. So for my top and my pants, I'm wearing 4 layers. And that was necessary. Like, I didn't think it would be necessary, but in the middle of the night, I kind of had to get up and put all this stuff on. So my backpack, the main thing that I carry in my backpack is my clothes. My backpack and my sleeping stuff, right? So my backpack is actually totally empty right now because I am wearing everything, and because my kitchen stuff is down that way. So anyways, let's just try this. So you can see, this is the rest of my stuff. Here's my shoes. I put my glasses and my headlamp in my shoes right next to where I'm sleeping, so that if anything happens, I can instantly grab those, put on my glasses, put on my headlamp, and deal with whatever that is. It's still a little bit of a delay, not ideal if like a bear sniffing around or something like that. And it would be ideal if you just had these things on you while you were sleeping, but it makes it hard to sleep on your side, so I don't do that. And then I have my belt, which has multiple self-defense things on it. It has a couple of knives on it. And I carry this is my pouch for my battery and my phone, which is, what do they call that? It's a Faraday cage, basically. It's lined with silver cloth. I got my hat, I got my solar panel, and then I have this. This is kind of like the top part of my backpack, which carries a lot of different stuff in it, like first aid kit and all that type of stuff. So, and then of course I got my staff, and the sleeping kitchen stuff is down by the fire. So basically that's everything I'm carrying by. I know I tell you guys about this stuff a lot, but not everyone sees my videos, so I feel like I have to kind of let you guys know repeatedly the stuff that I'm carrying, because, you know, this is kind of the important message that I'm trying to tell you is, like, at a certain point, you know, a lot of you are going to, in order to avoid becoming part of this new world, this new technocratic system, you're going to need to be able to go other places and survive out on foot, and having the right gear and not having more than that, because it becomes a hindrance to you, is really important. So anyways, you can check out all this stuff on my website. If you go to cahlen.org/gear, I have a list there of all of the stuff that I carry with me. It lists the winter stuff as well, even though I'm not currently carrying that. I don't make any affiliate from any of those links. I'm just trying to tell you what I use. So, you know, if you want to get the same or similar gear, you can. So anyways, we're probably going to head down this road farther that way, where we will meet up with the river so that we'll have water, and which will allow us to stay out here for at least one more night, maybe a couple more nights. So anyways, I'll check in with you guys later.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please consider sharing it. If you'd like to help me out in a more substantial way, you can learn how to do so at cahlen.org/gift. And if you'd like to have a one-on-one conversation with me, whether publicly or privately, you can learn how to do so at cahlen.org/one-on-one. Thanks again for watching.